Colonization is the action or process of settling among and establishing control over the indigenous people of an area. Colonization has affected Indigenous women since contact. More specifically, it has affected Blackfoot women since the establishment of the Fort Whoop-Up in 1869. The primary purpose of the fort was for white settlers to gain a quick profit through an illicit trade in whiskey for bison robes with the Blackfoot people in the unpoliced southern prairies. This resulted in the colonization and abuse of Blackfoot women and is a direct cause of MMIWG in southern Alberta. The devastating effects of this on Blackfoot culture is still visible today.
Okay, nisto ako pachtiko ka. Anya ni tita pintika sim. Ke ni tapin ika sim blanche bruised head. Ni tik noch to kaina blood tribe. Anu moka Galt Museum and Archives in Titapo. Take Street. 20 years I've worked here. Fort Hamilton, aka Fort Whoop-Up, was a stop into area from Fort Benton out of northeastern Montana. What we now know to be a red light district, and of course the females there would be mainly Native women.
Lethbridge has small pockets of support.
My name is Heidi Davis. My Blackfoot name is Init Buyaki, Buffalo Talking Woman. I see colonization as the farther we get from the traditional way of life, the deeper into colonization we get. I think it's risky for non-Indigenous people to identify as allies and name themselves as allies. I think that to be an ally, you have to embody some of the teachings or fully experience some of the culture. And I jokingly said, you can read Braiding Sweetgrass, or you can read 21 Things You Might Not Know About the Indian Act, or you can read Truth and Reconciliation Commission Calls to Action. But unless you embody what that means, talk is cheap. And I think it's really easy to check the check boxes of what it means to decolonize or be a good Canadian and to be a good ally. But I think it actually needs to go one step further to fully experiencing or embodying those things. So to have somebody put an eagle feather on your head and pray for you and feel shivers go down your spine and have an understanding of a spirituality and a connection to the Creator, that is different than reading the Blackfoot Prayer. I have been so lucky to be adopted by a family, and the women in that family have surrounded me and treated me like their own. I would just encourage everybody to have the most open heart you can have and show up, be prayed for, be welcomed in, be mentored. The traditions, the teaching, the medicine, the families, all of those things are so sacred and so beautiful, and the teachings will change your life.
It is the hopes that one day our Indigenous women and girls will have a safe space to grow and thrive in, especially in Lethbridge, as it is imperative to the community health for Blackfoot women to have equity. Changes are happening. Women are reclaiming their culture, their language, and their identity. And in that reclaiming, the power that we were once kept from realizing.
First of all, I am a very proud First Nations lady, but being in a residential school for several years, that did some damage to my heart. We always say there's a reason for everything that happens on our journey. You walk softly. We're walking towards a better life. We're leaving behind our experiences. What we learned, it wasn't very healthy back then. What was taken away was very spiritual. So these are many of the beautiful gifts that we have lost, that each day we try to get them back. Each day we need to nourish them. At the same time, we're nourishing ourselves. At the same time, we are reminded of the beautiful gifts that our Creator blessed us with. Because without prayer, we will never succeed in any way. Everybody has gone through different experiences, different emotions, different pains, different hurts. And all they know is that everything has to be worked at, our way of thinking. Now we have to think. We just need to be strong.
We are no longer victims. We will no longer accept the abuse, the stigmas, and social injustices that have been forced upon us. We will be active participants in decolonizing our bodies, our spirits, our minds. We will challenge ourselves, the institutions, and ideologies that exclude and oppress us as Blackfoot women. By transforming and healing ourselves, we can transform and heal the communities we live in. Trust yourself. Trust your heart.